I'm going to talk about a very sensitive topic today. But before that, I would like to speak a little something about myself in the beginning. Welcome back to Her Sacred Awakening. This is Siley, and to those who don't know me at all, I am a lawyer by profession. I am an advocate, an attorney. I defend my clients. I fight their legal battles. I represent my clients. We as lawyers come across thousands of different people with different issues. I see different personalities, different shades of people daily. People come with all sorts of problems, with family matters, with property matters, society matters, internal conflicts, various offenses and crimes, all sorts of ugly stuff that they have to go through. Giving them legal consultation by just referring to the bare acts and by studying the case laws is not something which is enough. I want to connect with my clients. I want to get to know them, understand their psychology, their intensity. I want to know what happened in their life. Now, this is not possible in all the cases. Of course, it depends on person to person and case to case. But especially with the clients who come to me with their family cases or divorce cases or property matters, I want to connect with them personally on a personal level. I want to make them feel comfortable while they share and build that trust on me. Being an empath, I want to understand their problems and not just give them solutions or defend them in the courts. I hate that attitude that most of the lawyers have, that this is my work, this is my client, and I have to take the work, I have to defend them regardless. I cannot go and defend someone who is committing crimes. Sure, it's the best attitude to earn or become successful and famous, but I cannot function like that. I need to know my clients. I need to know their intentions. I need to know the truth. I have to understand their beliefs, their thoughts, their principles and values. That's how I know that this person really wants to get justice, because most of them just come here to take revenge because they want to pull someone in legal battles. I also have a couple of men who are my clients in the divorce cases. And trust me, there is a lot of violence that is happening with these men as well. So it is very important for me to understand the intentions of my clients, because then this becomes completely money oriented. And nowadays, all the professions have become only money oriented. Everybody just wants to earn money. Nobody wants to help. I'm here not just to help, but I want to serve justice in the best capacity that I hold, to my best potential, by giving my best, my 100%. That is how I want to defend them and advise them when they come to me. I want full clarity between both of us. I am a deep person, a very deep person, and I like to dive deep into everything that I do. I have studied criminal and human behavioral psychology while pursuing my LLB. My interest in understanding the human nature and my abilities of connecting with people through intuitions, through intuitive readings, have also made me pursue certifications in aura readings and Reiki healings and chakra readings or crystal healing science, tarot readings. All of this, on the other hand, made me attract a lot of unhealed people in my life. Not just as my clients, but acquaintances, random strangers coming out to me to seek help, to express. Eventually, I reduced giving healings and kept it limited only to my friends and close people, because it was too much of work that I had to put energetically, mentally, physically, and that too along with my profession. So it was not really possible for me to do both. But having said that, all my tarot clients have become one community now. They keep coming back to me to get clarity on their life situations and phases they're going through. Honestly, I prefer helping them only, because I don't want to do any business on the spirituality that I follow. I believe those who need my help through my intuitive readings or through my profession will find their ways to get it done through me organically. And I do not have to do a lot of publicity or call them out. But I'm not here to talk about my profession or spirituality. The reason I'm mentioning these things about myself is because this channel is directly or indirectly connected to my profession, or through the experiences that I have got through my profession. healing people in some way, helping them, guiding them, defending them, advising them, serving justice to them, taking stands for them, helping them out is what I believe is my purpose. But before I got here, I had to help myself out. I had to take advice for myself. I had to first deal with my own issues and own problems, and I had to find myself, and I'm still finding myself. It's a continuous process. It's never ending. It needs to be done repeatedly. Your identity is never sorted. It keeps on changing because the more you learn about new stuff, it conditions your belief system that way, and then you change, you become a different person. So it is always about learning. It is always about the soul learning. And like I said in the intro video, that I'm not here to preach or teach from a pedestal. I'm not here to become a guru. The thing I want to do, like I said, I want to help. So through this channel, all I want to do is I want to trigger people to connect within, and I want to first focus on the identity, because the first video I started was with the sufferings, how to deal with the sufferings. What are the sufferings? Are they predestined or are they karmic? And now I want to talk about finding yourself, and by triggering you all with a question. That is my today's topic. So I want to ask everyone, who are you? Now you'll say, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm an engineer. What question is this? That's not what I meant. I meant, who are you without these degrees, without these titles, labels, without the society's expectations from you, without your family's perception of you, without your achievements? Who are you without all of that? Keep aside all the relationships. Forget about all the roles that you play as a mother, father, husband, wife, son, daughter, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, whatever. Keep aside all the roles. Forget about how your kids perceive you or what your parents feel about you, how proud they are of you. Forget everything. Forget all the expectations from all the people around you, and just ask yourself, who are you? Who are you without that relationship or without that marriage? Who are you more or less than an obedient daughter, a responsible man, a spiritual person, the angry, emotional person, and all the labels that society has given you? Who are you? What do you think about yourself? How do you define yourself? The thing is that we are all living in a cage of expectations, titles, labels, responsibilities, and all. We work, we earn, we come home, we cook, we feed, we watch TV, we spend time with our families, parents, spouses, watch Netflix, and sleep. We are just trapped in a matrix, doing what we are told to do. Survive, mere survive. Yes, we are only surviving. And going to the functions, events, concerts, parlors, clubs, theaters is not necessarily living a good life. It is just a part of your daily mundane. It is just a break or a temporary distraction from the daily mundane. So, what is it that we are truly missing out on? Did you ever ask yourself, what do you really like? What makes your soul happy? Like from the bottom of your heart, a hobby or an art or anything that you like. Did you ever ask yourself how much you do that? How much you spend time on that? When was the last time you lived to please yourself and make yourself happy, to do what you like without feeling guilty? I know so many women feel guilty of not being a good mother if they are resting or if they are making themselves happy or pampering themselves by keeping their kids away for a while, feeling guilty for being unproductive or for not being perfect. It is fantastic if you're doing that, if you're living your passion or doing the work you love and you're earning through it and living a fantastic life. Good for you. See, this video is not just to motivate you to go and join a dance class or a singing class or a drawing class just because you like it, just because it is your hobby. The reason I asked you, do you do what you love, is because it shows how much you're keeping yourself alive to be happy and not just to survive. So living your art or your hobby is not the only idea of being you or connecting with yourself. It is just a part. So did you ever try to find yourself, the real you that you are, when no one is watching, when you're alone in the room? When you are alone with yourself, the masks fall. You are just there with yourself. What are you during then? How do you talk to yourself? What is the conversation between you and your soul? How do you speak to yourself? What thoughts you think? What are the quality of those thoughts? Because you're feeding those thoughts in your psyche. Are you aware of your surroundings? The truth is that you are in the truth you've been scared to say out loud. You are trapped in the fear of judgments. Who you are is the one that silently cried in the bathroom or at night on the pillow and woke up to live a regular day. You are the one who wanted to say no but compromised instead. What feelings did you feel? What feelings do you feel regularly? It defines you. What is it that you discovered about yourself? Maybe that fear of public speaking. Maybe that you are a shy personality, or you're uh, an introvert or an extrovert that you discovered today, that you realized today. Maybe you realize that you are very emotional, but you try to show that you are very strong. Maybe you are codependent on someone, and how they behave, what they do affects you a lot. That realization, whatever the realization about yourself is, that is who you are. Whether you want to improve that and find solutions to that is secondary. But acknowledging that, being aware of who you are, and finding yourself is important. So you are your natural skin. You are in your intuitions, your ambition, your desire, those feelings, the glow in your eyes when you speak about something that you love. That is you. You were not born to just play a role. You were born to feel deeply, speak truthfully, break the cycles and patterns, awaken, and that will scare people. Because the real you can't be tamed, can't be labeled, can't be judged, and only you will know the real you. We always complain that people disrespect us. But do you respect yourself? You will not work or adjust or compromise in the situations that are breaking you. You wouldn't compromise and adjust when you're breaking if you love yourself truly, if you understand yourself truly. Finding yourself is not a straight road, it's a spiral. Finding yourself is sometimes unbecoming who you thought you were, or unlearning something. Let go of that good girl, quiet wife, strong man. Let go of that role that you're playing. We can define who is what and how, but we can only tell our degrees and titles when asked about ourselves. Everyone is living on a surface level. People connect with people based upon their titles, degrees, and money, not to understand or learn each other. Nobody wants to go deep. And the person who goes in depth are also labeled as philosophical, sensitive, overthinkers, aloof. So ask yourself tonight who you are. Ask yourself brutally and honestly, who are you? If this stirs something inside your soul, please go and share this video to someone who needs to hear that. Do like and comment on the video. Subscribe to my channel, Her Sacred Awakening, for more videos. This is Saili, and this is Her Sacred Awakening. Keep growing, keep glowing. See you in the next video.